morning. I'm Deirdre Fitzpatrick. It's now 6 a.m.
And I'm Leticia Ordaz. Meteorologist Tamara Berg joins us with a look at your Tuesday forecast. Tamara.
Yeah, and we're off to a soggy start. And while you were sleeping, we have been seeing these showers pretty widely scattered across the area, much like we kind of saw yesterday morning, minus the thunderstorm activity. So today, these are just showers that are roaming across the region. The last 3 hours, you can see on the view here that these showers are kind of working their way from south to the north. And we've been seeing some steadier pockets of rainfall all across Plumas County. So good morning, Plumas County, as you're waking up with us around Lake Almanor, down through Quincy, down that 70 corridor, and even around areas like Paradise. The rain is coming down at a nice but a steady clip for the most part. You can see that around Yuba City, we've had some intermittent showers, especially down Highway 65, so parts of Placer County included in that, including areas like Lincoln, Loomis, and down in through Rockland. It'll be a wet start for you folks. And then around the greater Sacramento area, I have been seeing just these batches of some heavier pockets of rainfall. Let me draw your attention to where those are, especially around the Del Paso neighborhood. That'll get ready to kind of work its way off to the northeast. As you can see, just Doppler in motion, tracking off towards areas like Rockland and Roseville. And the rain's been coming down steadily in Davis, especially around the Childs Road area and around the Causeway. It's been at more of a moderate clip. And then you work your way southbound of Sacramento down I-5 and 99, and there's been some steadier rain over Galt throughout much of the morning, and some of that steadier rain getting ready to move east of Highway 4 and then traveling down parts of I-5. It's been on a lighter scale, and you can see that if you're getting ready to go out the door in Elk Grove, it is going to be a wet start for you. Make sure you do have that rain gear ready to go as that rain continues to come down. Tracy Triangle travelers as well, in and out of some of those showers. And then again, Modesto seeing a bit of a rain break, a lull in the activity, but there is more rain ahead. These showers will be on and off again throughout the morning commute and even into the afternoon as well. It's going to be a mild day with highs in the low 60s. Let's see what it looks like outside with those real-time conditions. Mike Tassell is driving around in Live Tracker. And Mike, I know you've been kind of working your way up and down that I-5 stretch.
Yeah, we're I-5 northbound right now in Live Tracker 3. This your live look out the windshield. And right now, if you're just heading out for your commute, now is a good time here in the Stockton area, as the most precipitation we're seeing right now is pretty much a light drizzle in this area. You can still see the reflection though off the pavement. Is some wet pavement from some off and on again periods of a little bit heavier rain. Nothing really to note too much traffic-wise as far as issues at the moment. That's the good news. The bad news is, as Tamara said, the heavier rain is approaching where we are, so be advised, conditions could change. For now, though, your live look out, Live Tracker 3, looking north towards 8 Mile Road as we just exited downtown Stockton towards Lodi this morning. Conditions pretty good for the moment. Brian, what do you got elsewhere?
All right, Mike, we've got a couple incidents to talk about. One of them westbound Interstate 80. This is in Fairfield, as you can see right here by the Oliver Road slip off-ramp there. And there's a backup forming there. Reason being, we've got a vehicle on its roof blocking the number 1 and number 2 lane, the fast lane and the lane adjacent to it. And so that does have traffic backed up almost all the way back to Air Base Parkway now. So a little extra time needed there. We've got 2 tow trucks en route to that scene. Also northbound 113 at County Road 29, there's a van on fire. Another vehicle stopped there checking on that as we wait for the fire department to arrive there. Again on 113 north of Davis. Here in the Sacramento area, no problems. Westbound 50, Interstate 80 good. They're just clearing up a scene right around West El Camino where a vehicle went into a pole there, but still no delays on the Cap City Freeway. 5 and 99 also running at the speed limit on those wet roads out there. So just be careful at speed. As you saw Mike reporting through Stockton, no problems to report here. Westbound 4 also looking good on that commute there. At 120, we've got a car and a semi truck involved in an accident. Still haven't seen any delays to build behind that one. Appears to be a minor incident. 205, a 20-minute ride. Westbound 580, 28 minutes. And northbound 99 from Modesto to Manteca, 13-minute ride there. And here in Sacramento, 10-minute ride out of Rancho Cordova down to 99 on 50. Interstate 89 minutes from Roseville to the Split. And 5 and 99, we're looking at an 11-minute ride out of Elk Grove to downtown. Back to you.
Brian, thank you. Happening today, a former Stockton Kings player is due in a Sacramento courtroom.
And he's accused of kidnapping and killing a woman while the team was in the Las Vegas area a little earlier in the month. KSRA3's Melanie Wingham is live outside the Sacramento County Courthouse now with more on today's hearing.
Well, authorities arrested Chance Comanche last week, and then just that same day after he was arrested, the Stockton Kings released him from the team. So today we expect him to make his first court appearance. Comanche is facing charges in connection to the murder and kidnapping of Morena Rogers of Lakewood, Washington. She was reported missing on December 7th. And that was 2 days after detectives say Rogers met up with Sakari, Hardin, and Comanche. Authorities say just days later, human remains found in a desert area just outside of Henderson, Nevada, were identified as belonging to Rogers. Hardin was arrested Wednesday night of last week in Las Vegas. Then Comanche was taken into custody right here in Sacramento on Friday of last week by the California FBI Criminal Apprehension Team, and he is awaiting extradition to Nevada. Meanwhile, authorities have not released the manner in which Rogers died, nor have they released any sort of motive in this case. Reporting live in downtown Sacramento, Melanie Wingo, KCRA 3 News.
Melanie, thank you. That court hearing is scheduled for 3 o'clock this afternoon.
Meanwhile, Sacramento Mayor Darrell Steinberg is set to meet with the City Councilman Sean Laloie today. Friday, Laloie was indicted in federal court on immigration, fraud, and obstruction of justice. Now, Laloie ignored questions as he was entering the federal courthouse in downtown Sacramento yesterday. Laloie is the owner of Viva Supermarkets. Both he and his general manager are accused of hiring the employees who used fraudulent documents to work in this country. He's accused of doing this to reduce labor costs illegally, but he denies the charges.
The developers behind the California Forever project to create a new city in Solano County held their final town hall meeting. Like the previous meetings, this one was packed, filled with concerned residents. Investors bought 50,000 acres of land to build a walkable community with affordable homes and good-paying jobs, but they need voter approval to change county zoning and development laws before breaking ground due to zoning. Skeptical voters raised numerous questions about the plan. The founder and CEO says they are using the input to finish crafting their final plan, which is coming very soon.
Second half of January, we're going to announce the full plan, the full ballot initiative, which will be the plans. It will have details on densities and areas and population, the commitments we'll make about how many jobs we're going to bring and what kind of jobs, commitments about investments in the community and community benefits.
Group also announced it would be opening up applications for Solano County nonprofits to apply for funding from their team.
Police in the Yolo County town of Winters are trying to find a man they say tried to give 2 kids a ride. It happened at around 3 o'clock near Shirley Rominger Middle School. The 2 students say that the man offered them a ride. The police say that as of right now, they're not aware of anything criminal, but they do want to know who that driver was. And they're reminding parents to warn their kids about not getting into strangers' cars. Anybody with information is urged to call the Winters police.
Today, Del Oro High School is in grief. There's going to be grief counselors on site, and students really need some help coping over a student's death this weekend. Family and friends gathered last night at a gymnastics center in Auburn for a vigil to honor Kira Bradley. The 15-year-old died over the weekend in an ATV accident. Her grandfather and her gymnastics coaches were all on hand to share stories of her kindness and compassion for others.
Kira took care of everybody. That's the one thing about Kira.
She was so loving. Just so able to show love.
We are told grief counseling will be available at Del Oro High School for as long as students and staff need it.
Let's go to the very latest now on the war in Israel. And anger is growing this morning about 3 hostages who were mistakenly killed by Israeli defense forces while fighting in Gaza. U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin delivered a message to Israeli military leaders in Tel Aviv to protect civilians, while also stressing that Israel does have a right to defend itself.
I'm here with a clear message. America's support for Israel's security is unshakable. And Israel is not alone.
Yesterday, Hamas released another video that shows 3 elderly male hostages under duress. U.S. officials are pushing for another humanitarian pause to allow the release of the remaining hostages and to get more aid into Gaza.
Amid an increase in attacks on commercial ships in the Middle East, the U.S. is joining a new multinational coalition of countries to protect global trade.
Brandy Cummings is joining us now, taking a look at what's at stake.
Hey guys, good morning. So this region plays a big role in supporting goods and oil. So the U.S. will provide an umbrella of protection for commercial ships in the Red Sea and the Gulf of Aden. Iranian-backed militant groups have stepped up their attacks, targeting ships with ballistic missiles and drones. It forced oil company BP to temporarily pause all transit through the Red Sea, in turn raising prices and delaying shipments through the route that carries 10% of world trade. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin saying the pact, made up of about a dozen countries, will position military ships to protect commercial vessels. Now, so far, the U.S. has intercepted these attacks on Western companies, which have risen in the rise, or since the rise of Hamas's invasion of Israel. Ships passing through the Red Sea are mostly carrying goods bound for Asia and Europe, but any disruption to that flow could impact delays and prices worldwide. Leticia, Deirdre, back to you.
Thank you so much, Brandy.